Did you see the Grammys last night? Is there a part of you that envied the people there? I didn't see it, but I saw a few clips online, and that was enough for me. I saw their flawless skin, their shiny hair, their wide smiles, everything polished and placed exactly right to impress those who watch. And I thought about what the Bible says about people who find a lot of success on earth. Those people who seem to have it all. The talent, the looks, the money, the status, the power, the admiration and idolization of the masses, and how we have it so upside down. In reality, we should pity those people, because the Bible tells us that this life is the best they'll ever get. And even with all their millions and all their fancy things that they own, their cars and houses, designer clothes, and the appearance of freedom. Even if they live 80 years in a life like that, where they can have and do pretty much anything they want, still, at the end, most of them die without finding God. And so they don't get to go to eternal peace, to eternal paradise, but instead they go to an eternal torment. It reminds me of that saying, and I don't know who said it, but it's something like, to some people, the earth is the closest thing to heaven they'll ever experience. But to the believer, this is the closest thing to hell we'll ever experience. And even if I could live 1,000 lives where I was wealthy and successful and powerful and rich and all of that stuff that we think we want so much, compared to an eternity in heaven, that doesn't even come close. The Bible actually has a lot to say about being wealthy. The verse I was talking about before is Luke 6:24. It says, "But woe to you who are rich, for you have already received your comfort." I like the NLT version even better. "What sorrow awaits you who are rich, for you have your only happiness now." There's another verse I think about quite often, and it makes a lot of sense to me, is Proverbs 30, the second half of verse 8 and 9. It says, "Give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. For if I grow rich, I may deny you and say, 'Who is the Lord?' And if I am too poor, I may steal and thus insult God's holy name." I think that's about right. Having just enough is plenty. And the last verse I'll mention is 1 Timothy 6, verse 17. And it says, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God." I asked myself last night, would I rather be there at the Grammys with those people in a fancy dress, with a limitless credit card in my purse, and the perfect shade of lipstick? Would I like to be put on display, to have my photograph taken, to be interviewed on the red carpet, as if what I had to say was super important. Would I like to drive home in a limousine to my huge house with my huge bed and a huge swimming pool or hot tub or whatever else I could fathom? Or would I rather be here in my small and drafty house with my secondhand furniture and dated appliances? Would I rather be here with my family, with my animals, in the thick, tangible presence and contentment of God? There's no question for me. Because if wealth and fame and success and status creates a divide or distance between me and God, I'll say, leave me poor, leave me sick, leave me humble every time. God is better than all the best this world could ever provide.